Hi, it's Jez from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So I had a little clean up on my desk yesterday and I found two things that I haven't finished. So I did a part one of this, which was the construction of this little folio that I created with the lovely Rach Bella Crafts collage. Was it Spring Collage sheets? And so I need to fill them. So I went ahead and did a little bit to give me some ideas of how I was actually gonna fill these, and I thought I'd bring you along to show you. And I'm not honestly sure. I've left it so long that I can't remember I did some of these, but I'll just show you what I've done. I put some original ephemera in these that I add, and I thought, because it's like a mixture of documents and you know, lovely images, I thought they went well. This is an old Monopoly thing. I've used a staple there to staple that together. Quite liked how that looked. We got a tag in here. Well, I pulled out two tags there. Just simple tags. Let's chuck that one in there. And the other one must have gone behind here and I just accidentally pulled it out. Made a quick little scrappy sort of folder there. I do need to decorate these bits. I've got loads of ephemera left over from the collaboration, so I just picked out some of my original ephemera that kind of had the right colours to go with it. There is journaling space on that. Chuck that in. I say I do want to decorate these pocket fronts a bit. So this, I'm guessing, went in the back here. And then these are just the start of something. So that is sort of where I got. This isn't even inked. And then there's nothing in these pockets. So this is from me. I think I printed 4 to a sheet, and I think this one, what I'm going to do is fold it over. So I printed the papers 4 to a sheet. I've reprinted some here to use on the card, and these were 2 to a sheet, and I've just put, these are some of my, I think these are freebies on my Ko-fi, but this one was shrunk down again, and I think that is how I did this. So it was just a 1/4 sheet, well, a whole sheet that had been shrunk down, and I just rounded the corners there, and I'm gonna fold it over just to make it folded over journaling card, and we'll do that, and then we'll just ink. And that's a really quick, simple journaling card or journaling spot. If you like me, I like my handwriting hidden, because I don't like it, but I think it's really important, because when you're gone, it doesn't matter if your handwriting's scruffy. The people that you leave behind and love you will be delighted to see it. I have been discovering that, finding little random things that Ed wrote on. It is just, you know, well, it's bittersweet, because it fills me with joy that I got something that he actually wrote, but then it kind of stabs a bit. But you know, these things are really important. So, you know, do write things, and do have your photo took. My kids said that they're never going to moan again about, well, I bet they do though, about me taking photos, because if I didn't and just left it up to the dad, they would have hardly any photos to sort of look back and remembering him on. So yeah, take the photos. So here we have, I've got random scraps. So add a bit of that. I'm just going to make a little scrappy folder here for journaling on. I don't like white backs, so that's not so much of a white back. Oh, that's quite nice. That's about the right size there. And I might, there's my ruler. I'll just rip a bit of that down. Just a little, yeah. And then I'm just going to staple it. Well, I would if I could actually see where I've got a staple. My little mini attacher thing, oh, it just broke, so just gonna, right, let's make sure they're all at the end there. Might just put the one in, and then that's just a little scrappy notebook. Don't really need anything else. That's where we're going with that. What I might do actually is, well, let's see, will it go down there? Oh, Higgleby Piggleby, yeah, it will. Yeah, we're not going to do that. I was going to trim it off, but I'm not going to. Right, and I need some sort of document in there. I've got, what have I got here? I've got this little letter here. Yeah. Oh, I thought this was a random piece of ephemera, but it's not. It's a letter that was written to me in September of 1997, and it's addressed to me, Ed, Liam and Bump, because on September the 5th that I gave birth on November the 18th, so I was pregnant. So I don't know why that's on my desk, but I'm glad I realised it was a letter to me, and I didn't just rip it up. So I've got some of this, one of these green letters. So have a bit of this. Although I don't want to put it there because that's right next to that one. That's right next to that one. I think this needs to move up because it's too close to that one. So I'll maybe stick this in here and stick that in there. So I want it to be folded down here. I quite like the scrappy end, so I'm not going to change that. I want it, hold it about there. Hold it about there, Jess. There. Good. Very good. Stick that behind there. Like that. So, gonna going to do these, cut these up into a nice journaling card, and yeah, have that one. Where's my trimmer? That's not the trimmer I'm looking for. It's falling down the back again. There we go. Oh. I've been doing a bit of sorting today. Not for very long, but I was going through Ed's clothes, and I am not making any major decisions, so I just went through and thought there'll be clothes in here that I can easily go get rid. So that's what I decided to do, was to go through and do the easy wins of what I can get rid of. And although my sons have to agree, so they're in a pile now. I'm sure 3.5. I'm going to go 3.5. I'm sure they will agree. I said that to James. I said, sorted some out, and he went, how confident are you that I am going to agree with your decisions? I went, very confident. Yeah, I like the way that looks. And it's easily written on the back. Yeah, so they have to look at it and see if they do agree. I think they will. To say they can be given to a charity shop. A lot of them actually came from a charity shop. Ed loved a lovely shirt, loved a waist jacket, and even last year he still bought himself new shirts in charity shops when we saw them, because even when we sort of knew he didn't have that long, we had hoped for longer than he did have, and then in some ways we had longer than we thought we were going to have. But he did like a shirt, so you know, we bought them from a charity shop, so we gave to charity, and they're going to go back to a charity shop, so they're getting it, the benefit twice. So, and he enjoyed wearing them, and he always liked to look nice. Sometimes he didn't, because sometimes his taste was a bit suspect, but you know, he liked wearing them. And do I not have any with her? No, you don't. I think what you did with some of those was you just, oh, that's what I did, I just made, I went round them with the sewing machine, didn't I? So that's what I did with those. They became the tags in the back. Which is fine, but I quite like one there. That'll work nicely. I'll cut one to be a tag in the back of that, I think. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I might make that a bit of a pocket. I've got my little mini one of these. Yeah, so I did a bit of that. I didn't get very far. I did as much as I could. And I was saying to James, we've been out for a walk on his dinner break, and I said, I looked at his suits, and I don't think I want to keep all his suits. but I'm not willing to make a decision yet about them. So if I have to think about it, then I'm not making that decision, so they're staying put. But things that are no decision, that's obvious to go, a bit like that declutterer who sort of says you look for the trash first, and if it's anything that you're deciding is that trash or not, then you leave it for the next stage. That's not for the first stage, it's just picking out the trash. So that's a little bit what I'm doing. Not that any of the clothes are trash, but they're ones I'm not invested in and sort of worried about. So that's what I've been doing. My eldest is coming round tonight, so there's a couple of Hull FC things that he may want. They were season ticket holders and Star rugby team, and so he's still a season ticket holder, and still goes to the game, and so yeah, he'll decide if he wants it or not, and if he doesn't, then I'll ask his mate, who he also went to the rugby with, if he wants it, and then I don't know what I'll do. Charity shop probably. Oh, are you going to come out? I haven't used this for ages. This art glitter. Oh, well, Jezebel. Do you know, I'm just going to leave it where it is. Find different glue. That's alcohol, Jez. Yeah, so we're having a nice family meal tonight. Fed up of my glue pots. Yeah. And you're not coming out either. And yeah. I think you're a rubbish glue. You're practically empty, but you usually come out really well. Yeah. So that'll be nice. I haven't actually seen Liam for a while, because I've been away. I haven't seen him since I got back. So it will be nice. I think the problem with this, Jez, is the glue just hasn't got down. No, it hasn't. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I filmed 3 haul videos yesterday, so I managed to upload one of them yesterday, ready for Sunday, and I've done 2 today. So I feel like I've done nothing today, but actually I've done quite a bit really when I think about it. But I did get lost in scrolling on Facebook. I don't know why I do it. I've been screenshotting those little, like, little funny little memes and that, and some meaningful ones. It's become my new hobby. just a total waste of time, but it's not really, because sometimes I send them to people and it makes them laugh, smile, or you know, whatever. So yeah, but my phone's getting full. I ran out of storage when I was filming yesterday, so yeah, I think it's my phone's telling me it's time to upgrade, because the battery stopped working for a whole day now as well. So yeah, glue coming out. Yeah, it's not due Black Friday when I renew my contracts, so you've got a little bit of time that you got to go yet, so think on. But usually that's the sign, is I begin to run out of storage and battery starts failing. There we go. So just a little pocket there, you could stick something in. And so now we need a tab. So let's have a little look, see some of these scraps that I could make a tag out of. That's not thick enough, neither's that, neither's that. I like, oh, that might be thick enough. I don't like my little doobie whatsits to be I like a bit of substance to them. Now, where's my punch, Isabel? Don't know. It's a while since I've used it. I can't see it. I don't know. Oh, it's because it's hiding. There we go. What was I saying? Don't know, Jess. Rambling, that's what you were doing. Ramble, ramble, that's what Ed used to say when I'd go off subject. He'd go, ramble, ramble. Like, sorry if I'm being boring. And then he'd laugh. So I bought a car. Videos are probably not going to go out in the order of which I filmed them, although I think the one where I mention I'm going to look at a car has gone out. I do remember some comments about my purple car. I bought a purple car. Yeah, so we needed a car anyway, and if Ed hadn't got poorly, we would have probably bought one already, because there's no way the car would have managed commuting to York and back. And we had turned into a one-car family because we didn't really need two cars. So it would have been his car. I think I might have persuaded him to buy an automatic because that's easier for me to drive. But yeah, so I have always liked Nissan Dukes. I just think that it's a cute shape, and so that was what drew me to them initially. Was I've put too much glue on this. Was that the shape was lovely, and then I noticed that they made purple ones, so that was that became my dream car, and that's what I wanted. And I told the garage that I wanted to come and test drive and that it had to be purple. I wouldn't be interested in buying any other colour. I was such a girl when it comes to cars. And so they'd made sure they had one waiting for me when I got there. I think I've stuck that on upside down. I have. Don't matter. And yeah, and I test drove it and it was great. So I was extremely happy, and I bought it. So I'm going to pick it up tomorrow wide for that. Goes in there easier. You're not quite grabbed. I'm going to leave it out a bit. Right, so we've got that. So 1, 2, so I need 1. I need 2 more of those. 2 more. Might make it with this one. Yeah, so I am very excited. My friend's coming with me. We had arranged to meet anyway, so I said, oh, do you want to come with me to pick up my car? And so she went, oh yeah, so she's very excited to do that. I'm going to make this a little bit thinner. I'd made it 3.5. Let's make it 3 1/4. And another one. Did say we had 2, didn't we? I might make this have a pocket, so we'll go 4. I might go 3 3/4. I kind of think that that would make a nice tab. Would that be wide enough for a tab? Probably just. Yeah, so I said we're going to pick the car up, go for a spin. Oh, it's not quite wide enough for a tab, Jess, but I think we might get away with it. Yeah, get away with that, won't we? Possibly. Yep. And then I got a first at the weekend. I got to go to York, and I was hoping James was going to come with me because he could go and see a friend because he used to live in York. And he decided against it. He's quite tired. He didn't want to. And yeah, it's going to be hard going to York because always went with Ed. We would go to visit our friends who are visiting tomorrow. He obviously worked in York. We'd go together to visit James. Often, if James had a day off, I'd go into work with Ed and then spend the day with James. So yeah, lots and lots of memories. Or sometimes I go into work and visit on my friend works part-time, so sometimes I'd go in and see her whilst Ed was at work, which was in fact what I did the last time back in November. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit hard, I think, doing that. All these firsts. Not going to be much of a turnover there, Jez, at all. Almost not worth it. Oh, maybe it can just be decorative. And if I'd cut it off in the right place, I wouldn't have had stunted stunted tabs, never mind. Don't matter, does it? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So these are really quick, simple things. You can add decoration if you want to these. I'm not going to, because I want them to stay relatively flat, and they're well decorated with the being collages. If they weren't collage sheets, then I might have done a bit more. So that's them done. So that one in there. That one pushed down now, yep. And then that one in there. So that's that bit done. There we go. So done my scrappy thing, I've done that. So let's do, that's a bit different. So we're going to do a tag, and whatever takes me fancy. So I think this might have been one of the pages that I'd, right, let me show you how I did that one. So got some Monopoly money. So let's choose the pages go in. And what colour did I choose on that one? I'm going to choose blue for this one. And then some paper behind it for journaling on. So have I got a scrappy scrap that I might use? No, Jez. No, let's get, where's me? I've got these are my scrap drawer of paper. I want a piece to go behind this. There's a long strip. Yeah, that'll do. That will do nicely. So let's get my ruler. And just rip you across there. Stick you back away. And then I got my little staple, and I can't remember how it goes. We'll just do it in like that. And there it is. held together like so. This I got at charity shop, see there, £1.75, bargain. So we got that. That's how I did that. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 things. I could put some original ephemera in there as well, but I have got that left over. Let's give that a little trim. Oh, and I got that. So I can make 4 things. Take that off. That's nice. I might make that into a tag. So inches. Yeah, that'd be nice. Nice for a tag. That's quite easy. Like how that looks. I'll do another one. Right, we're going to have a little bit left over there. Shall I do a tag with a pocket on the back? So let's go down, score on that side because that's where you're going to fold. So the right way up. So we'll just do that. And then we've got 2 tags, and then let's do I'll fold this in half, so I'm going to take 2 inches off, and then that will leave, yeah, so if they're about 3, I want 6, I'm going to take, yeah, let's take 2 inches off. And then let's just fold this in half, so I've got like a folded thing. I'm going to fold it on me little take the top of that off a little bit actually, because I can see a bit of the one above on that. There we go. So around these corners, and it'll just be a folded. foldy out little journaling card. So let's have a little look-see of what we're doing. So put that one in there. Going to put some ephemera behind there. So I could just have that in there. I'm going to change. Going to change what I've done. You're not wanting to go in there. Oh. You're making a pig's ear of this, Jez. I don't know what you're doing. You're all fingers and thumbs. There we go. So that can go in there. So we've got that. Need ephemera. That. Put some ephemera there. Yeah. So let's get these inked and finished off. So I'll just ink round these, and then we need some things to decorate the pockets. So they need tabs and stuff. So I just that was quite easy what I did there. So we're doing that. I did put a little bit of decoration on it, so gonna do that. I might add a few bits to these. So I have got 2 tags to do, and then we need to find some ephemera, and then I need to do some decorative bits on these, and I think I'm gonna grab some things from the Love Letters kit, Belage work, can't remember what it's called. So I am going to just punch a hole there, do them both at the same time, and then I just need to find my tin of hole reinforcers. There we go. And grab some. I've got all these different shapes, and actually what I always end up looking for is just the plain circles. So there we go. That's what I want. That's what I want. Stick that on there. Move chairs. Oh no. It's because this glue doesn't stick. Don't grab straight away. I don't know where my little art glitter is, because that grabs like straight away. Now I'm thinking, I've lost a hole reinforcer. Yeah, but so what I'm thinking is I'm going to put the darker one on the back. Anybody see where that other hole reinforcer went? It's there. Thank you. And then I'm going to get my lovely seam binding that my friend Ronnie sent me. Because that's what I used. That's that. I know I did sew some of these. I might do that off camera. Because I do like the look. Right, so I've got seam binding. I even what's that colour on it? Yeah. I even labelled it so I knew where it would go. So I just did, yeah. Back there, Jess. So I'm just going to go do a little knot. Fingers and thumbs. Well, literally, it's fingers and thumbs, Jess. So not a bow, just a knot. Left over right, right over left. There we go. I'm not going to trim it down, I'm going to leave that bit on there. So there we go. And one for here. I find if I don't trim it off first and I do the tie-in, less wastage. Okay, so I just need some ephemera and some clusters, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a separate video on making clusters, because I did a quick cluster make when I was away, so I thought I'm going to do a video on that. So I'll be making the clusters for this in that video. So then I'll finish this video showing the finished thing, and then you'll see the cluster video at a later date. So I'll be back in 2 ticks. So I have been busy making clusters, and so there will be a video coming with how I made these clusters, and I've got the rest to stick on here, quite like that one there. So yeah, so the maybe that one, the video will be coming very soon, so do look out for that. I spent an enjoyable sort of hour and 10 minutes making these. It was fun. So yeah, what's going on there? I'm going to rip this down a little bit more, so I won't stick them all on with you. I'm literally taking all this brown paper off. There. Yeah, love it. And yeah, and I've just got to get some ephemera out to finish it off, but I just wanted, just in case you missed the other video, I'll link it down below so that you can go and check it out. But this is how I'm finishing off, and as you can see, there is a cluster on top of the tag as well, so I made clusters for that as well. I went through and counted up how many I needed. There we go. So I'm gonna finish off all the others, and then we'll do a quick little flip through when it's done. Okay, so I have now done it all, and then I came up with some other ideas whilst I was doing it. One of those clusters that I made to go on front of a tag or journaling card, I thought, oh, why don't I just decorate this first flip bit in my scrappy pad, and yeah, so that's what I did. So I'm going to show you on the other one how I did that. So here we go. I decorated the tags with a bit of cluster, but I didn't do the journaling cards. I left them. So I've got my little scrappy cluster there, and I want it to stick on this. I'm going to stick this across both those two at the front, so it more or less covers up everything. I'm gonna take that bit off. Don't want to see that writing. There we go. So just need to ink it. Sorry, I didn't do that before. Yeah, so I changed my mind a few times, as you do when you're putting them together. I found that some of these were actually just a little bit, that just being too big for going on there, but absolutely perfect for going on here. So what I'm going to do is just draw a little line there so I know where to stick the glue up to. So glue all the way along there. So really simple. So just a nice way to decorate the front of a scrappy pad. So you can do that to any little scrappy pad that you make. And then I'm just gonna stick that down. Yep. I love the way the blue goes with the blue. And then that, so we can still write on those little bits. So that's that. So let's give you a bit of a flip through and show you the end product. So there, it's not too chunky. It's just right, I think. So we've got a tag there, a bit of genuine ephemera at the end there, a little receipt, so you could write on the back or just enjoy a bit of something old. we've got our little scrappy single sheet pad there, an old check there. It's a blank check. Write yourself a nice big sum of money. Little journaling card there. I didn't sew round anymore. I might do that. I'm going to give this as a gift, so I might sew round some of these when I've done. You've just seen that. We've got our clusters there. We've got our little folded journaling card there. Bit of genuine ephemera there. Love the colour of this. I think it goes really well with this beautiful kit. I just love collage sheets. I love ledger. So there we got two nice clusters on there. As I say, I left this as it was. I just felt it was really nice. This is a opening up one. Another one of those little things there, and a bit of really old antique ledger there, and a nice journaling card at the back there. That's got a tiny little tuck, so you could tuck something in there if you wanted to. So if you had a little bit of ephemera ticket from having been away somewhere, you can stick it in there. That is that scrappy pad that I just decorated with you. And so there I stuck one of my clusters on there that I had made for a pocket, but I felt it went there quite well. Here we've got another little foldy over journaling card, another one of those sheets there. I made that cluster. I felt that the one that I had left to put on there was just a bit too busy, so I just made another one sort of quickly. Again, I've left that. I like the flowers. I didn't want to cover them up. And there we've got and again, this one's got a pocket. I haven't put anything in that pocket. I've put something in some of the other pockets, but I've left that one without anything in, so you can put your own stuff in there. There we go. And I thought maybe with it being in the pocket it might struggle, so I've got one of those receipts and a bit of ledger there. I just quite like the way that looked folded in with it. That's a tag I did decorate, and then we've got our clusters there, and then that's the final tag. Again, this one's got a little bit of a tuck spot. I might sew around these. I might just leave them, then you've got a bit of variety. What I might do, actually, thinking about it, is I might swap a sewn one for a non-sewn one, like that. Put sewn one in there, just change things up a bit. There we go. So that is my quick little journal. So that's in 2 videos. I've done this journal. So I will link below to the video part 1, and I'll link to the video with the clusters, although might not have published that yet, probably won't have, to be fair. So that will get added at a later date. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye for now.